everyone, I hope you're having a lovely day, morning or evening, whenever you're watching. I might have mentioned that when I was placing the order for the Luminance pencils on Jackson's for this video that we did, I'll try to link it up for you if you haven't seen it yet. Then there were a few colors that I really wanted to get and they were out of stock, so I have gone ahead and ordered a few extras on cult pens. I have been so surprised because this morning we've been out and then I came back and they were ready, like on my doorstep, so, or inside my house, obviously pushed through the letterbox. I was so amazed how quickly they came. It's been a couple of days. I haven't been expecting them until, like, you know, middle or end of next week, so that was fantastic. And I just wanted to let you know, if you ever felt like getting some pencils. I think they also have a wide range of fountain pens and anything pen related. I haven't really spent that much time on the website because I didn't want to end up spending a lot of money. I just wanted specifically to get these colors. So now a couple of colors have been highly recommended by Natasha Newton, and I think, if I remember correctly, it was violet grey, burnt sienna 50% might have been, I'm not entirely sure, but I did remember that dark indigo is one of Natasha's favorite colors and I couldn't resist. I really wanted to have one too, and so that's what I did. Then I also, I'm not sure where, but I heard about or saw the Hibiscus Pink. It might have been Natasha as well, maybe someone else, I don't exactly remember. I think I might have seen it on some swatches from the new colors. I believe this is a new color. And then I had to get a few really sort of classic bright reds for the lip. So these would be the Anthraquinone Carmine and Scarlet. I think Scarlet looks so beautiful. I hope it's going to be just as juicy and vibrant as it is here. And then I ordered the pink white. I wanted to have white but with a little tint just to use as a blender, because I do have brown ochre here which blends quite well the colors, but I wanted something whitish as well, and I wanted to try this one out. Haven't heard any reviews for the pink white, so we'll see how that goes. And then two other colors which are turquoises. I already have the light malachite green here, and I'll show it to you here. So now I have two more in the turquoise kind of collection. Sorry, the lighting keeps changing. It's super bright outside, which is good, but not so good for filming. Yeah, and then the it's hard to pronounce, Chrysocolla Blue is a color that has been recommended by one of my viewers, and it's a beautiful turquoisey color. And then as I was ordering, I also decided to give this a go, which is a turquoise blue, and it's also lovely. It's kind of leaning more towards a blue. So I've got a green turquoisey color, a true kind of turquoise in the middle, and then sort of a bluey one here, which looks gorgeous. So these colors might be good for eyes, although generally I like the eyes to be grey, but you know that I love turquoise, so it had to happen anyhow. And I'm going to include them in the portrait colors just to have everything swatched out in one place. So as I've done the layout on this page, I will do a similar thing here, but without the blending this time. So I'm just going to swatch out 9 colors in this circle here, like a color wheel, and then I'll swatch them out here and write down the names, so that if I ever wanted to add colors, I'd have space here. But I think I'm good now. I don't need any more. So these have been my kind of portrait colors. So I'm going to use my iris drawing compass to create a 7 centimeter diameter circle, and then before I lift it, I put this bit here, which basically I can do it this way as well, so I can see exactly where I'm putting it because I'd need to be above it, but it doesn't matter where you rotate it as long as you can see where you're making the dot basically. And that is going to be our center, which basically means that you haven't made a hole in the paper, which is great. So I'll try now to separate this circle into 9, which means, not sure what happened there, it stopped recording. But so what I've done is I've used the iris compass to create a circle of 7 centimeters in diameter, and then I'm dividing this into 3 and then 3 again because I will have to put 9 colors in. So roughly speaking, this is where our there we go, 9 areas would be. So I'm just going to connect it. And then I can start the swatching. Okay, so then the next thing I'd like to do is grab my kneadable eraser and take off the harsh lines. So you can just roll it on top and you will still see the pencil marks, but just not as strong. So you can either roll it or you can dab it as well. So that way you still have the guidance of the pencil marks, but just not as much. Okay, filming light will be a bit challenging today because there's loads of clouds, there's super bright sun, and it's sort of all kind of very much intermittent. So I'll try to swatch it out for you, and hopefully, I mean, this is white, so you're not going to see much of it. And I will use my Bible mat so that the paper doesn't... Oh, this is creamy, good, good. So, as we have discovered in the previous video, during the previous page, some of the colors are creamy and they seem to be consistent so far. And then some colors have a strong graininess and kind of scratchiness to them, but even that changes throughout. By the way, this is a super pretty color, which I'm really happy about because it's not so pink, not so white that you can't see anything, but it's a very subtle, gorgeous pink that I would enjoy even using on its own as a very subtle blush. But it would make, yeah, you can even see it here on the camera. It would make a great blending pencil for all of the pinks and all of that. Beautiful. Next one is Violet Grey. I remember this one being really creamy from Natasha's swatches. Yeah, it is super nice. Okay, next color, Hibiscus Pink. This is gorgeous. It's kind of like a dusky, slightly dirty, but in a good way, pink. Next color is Burnt Sienna 50%. Now I've got Burnt Sienna 10% just as a reference point right here. So this one feels slightly drier, but it's not too scratchy at this point, not too gritty. And then we have the Anthraquinone Carmine. So this one was a bit of a risk-taking situation because I haven't seen it in action, this pencil, but it seems okay. So that's a red. And then we have the Scarlet. Hopefully this will be a nice red. I really wanted a nice bright red, and I'm just trying to think. I'll use a bit of paper here. Yes, the color is gorgeous. It's like a poppy red. And it is feeling creamy enough. The true creaminess I only can feel in these sort of swatches. Not when I'm having to do a gradient and stain lines and be sort of restricted by a certain size of it. I don't know. I just can't, because obviously I need to have a softer edge to go over and create this gradient. So therefore, I can't push as hard as I like to see the full intensity of the pencil and then have a hard line like here. So these kind of give me that colored pencil vibe, which I'm not really into. This type of swatches here in the color wheel. I don't like seeing colored texture of a colored pencil. I like it to be nice and creamy and smooth and not see any of the white of the paper where possible. But it's good to have both swatches so that I can see what the pencil can do in that respect. And then we have the dark indigo, which I'm thinking maybe I should keep the black and the white together and then put the blues here. Maybe that's what I should do. Okay, I'll do that. And I'll do the Chrysocolla Blue. Chrysocolla? I have no idea how to pronounce that. I said this before, but with Luminance you need some sort of a fluffy brush because they have these crumbs when you draw with them, and they're quite heavy. So I suppose that means that the pigment is quite good, probably, don't know. And so they, even when you blend them, sometimes you have to move them a little bit with your finger or something to get them off the paper because they don't come off. And that would cause some smudging. And if you, like me, do not like mess and find it quite frustrating and stressful, then I recommend you invest in a bit of a fan brush. And actually you don't need to invest that much. They are fairly affordable. You can just grab one in Boots or like a cosmetic aisle somewhere in the supermarket even, they sell them. Okay, then we have turquoise blue. Okay, finally we have dark indigo. That's a lovely color. It kind of looks black. I don't pick up any indigo color in this, but it's lovely. It's really intense. It's a great color for a contemporary color palette. I'll just move this a little. Okay, now onto the fun swatching. Anyway, these colors are clashing here a little bit, but that doesn't matter. Okay, so I'm going to start again with the pink white. It's lovely and creamy. So is this one. Hibiscus Pink. Burnt Sienna 50%. So far all of them are super creamy. Anthraquinone Carmine. Oh, that's beautiful color. I couldn't get to see that in here, as you can see. Now this is how I would use it on a lip. Beautiful. Red. Now we're on to scarlet. Oh yes. This is beautiful, warm tone, that sort of orangey type of a red. Gorgeous. And then we have the Chrysocolla Blue. That's a color I would need to read up every time. So you can see how much of these flyaways I have. And if I don't take care of them now, chances I'm going to start smudging them. So I'm just going to dust them in a dustbin. Some of those pigment bits can be quite stubborn and take quite a bit of effort to get them off, but make sure you do, because they're super pigmented, these pencils, and if you don't, you'll get some smudge action going on. Okay, now let's see about the indigo. Dark indigo. Wow. I don't know about indigo. This is a stunning black for me. Gorgeous. So perfect for those eyeliners, and it almost reminds me of that all black pencil, you know, the one that's by Stabilo. That's how strong it is. But it's going to be beautiful for the eye makeup. Stunning. Okay, so I like this color representation a lot better than in here. Okay, so that is it. I will write down the names, I'll give you a little close-up, and I think that's it for today. Alright, as I was just swatching things and looking at things, I realized that, so the pink is called Anthraquinone Pink, which I learned, but this one is actually Anthraquinone Carmine. So the ending is slightly different. Yeah, go figure. But some of the names are pretty complicated, and I really have to look them up. So especially if I'm doing a tutorial and I need to tell you a name, some of them I have to read up. But the point being is that not a single one has been grainy or scratchy with these ones. And even though burnt sienna 50% felt a little bit scratchy using it just like a regular pencil on the paper, with a lot of pressure it became quite creamy, so no problems here. And the ones that I had a bit of a problem were the brown ochre 10% and burnt sienna 10% on these swatches, and then kind of less on these as well. And there they are. I mean, that dark indigo is just so stunning. I wouldn't have thought of picking it up, but it really is an incredibly intense dark color, which is really, I mean, on the end bit, it just looks black. Here you can see that there is a tint to it, so it makes it more interesting to me than just a flat black. It's gorgeous, really, really beautiful. All right, so that is it for today, and thanks for watching. See you soon.